My name's Andy Hartwell. I run a company called Substrakt. We kind of bill it as digital media and design, although that's kind of changed over the 5 years that we've been around. Started out in 2006 doing basically graphic design and branding. So we really started a lot with the graphic design element, and then slowly got into web design and the digital side of things. A lot of work previously in the creative and cultural sector. I worked as a music promoter, and that was based at the Custard Factory. So I really got an idea of what sort of creative and cultural businesses were around and how kind of to go about doing it. A friend of mine was a graphic designer looking for work, so we teamed up and I kind of did the business side and he did the design and kind of took it from there. Well, I guess what really inspired me to start up was the fact that I'd kind of worked for a small business already in the creative industries, and I didn't really understand, or I kind of had my own ideas on how a business should be run, and I didn't think they were doing it in the best way. So I guess that kind of made me realise, I should have a go at this and try it myself. And really, I guess once you made that plunge and taken that commitment, the motivation just snowballs, because you know once you're up and running, you're really committed to it and really want to drive it forward. And that's when it starts to get exciting. Once you're set up, you meet new people, you think of new ideas, and I guess that's what I need to keep my motivation up, is just to have new ideas, new projects, meeting new people, and exploring new technologies. And I think that's why we've kind of grown and broadened our services and got into more sort of high-end digital work, is because you really can start to look what's coming up and get excited about things and keep inspired about that sort of technology. I guess my roots were really in the music and the creative industries, so that's where I'd had a bit of network, and I knew a lot of people and businesses from there, so that's where we kind of first promoted ourselves. So since then, that kind of remit's grown, and we do a lot with the creative industries, we do a lot with public sector, which all stemmed from that kind of Custard Factory network. And now we're kind of having to hunt a bit broader. Obviously money's tightened up a little bit in the public sector, so in the past year we've kind of been looking at other industries and other sectors to target. But we now, since when we first started, we now do a much broader range of services. After 4.5 years, the team's grown from 2 to now 9, and we cover things from still sort of branding, graphic design and web design, but we do applications developments for mobile and web, and we do things like augmented reality and those sort of taking digital a little bit further. So yeah, our kind of services have broadened, and we're really going after kind of high-end web and digital work, and we've got the design team to sort of back that up as well. I guess, so when we first started out, there's two of us, so it was almost, I was the sort of business development managing director type role, and then Jim was the creative director doing the work, and it was almost, I'd speak to the client and get the work in, and then almost tell Jim directly and kind of almost be with him, so talk through each individual project. So as we've grown, the management styles really had to change, and it's only really in the past couple of years, when we've grown from 4 to the 9, that things have really changed, and you need to assign teams to different projects. So I guess last year we brought in a project manager who kind of now, her full-time job is to just oversee projects and make sure the clients are happy and the team are doing what they need to do. We use a good online project management system called Basecamp. So you can add projects and then add tasks, and the team can all manage their time, so we can check that we're not spending way too much time on a project that's not bringing in the right revenue. So that kind of, I guess the time thing is really important, and something that we've kind of fairly recently in the last year or so really got our heads around. So I guess in the last few months we've kind of looked at, been really strategic in terms of what sort of work we want to go after, and what the team want to be doing. So really focusing on our skills and looking at how we can best utilise those, and going after work that really plays on those that experience. So as a strategy moving forward, because of the organic growth, we've always kind of just won business through word of mouth or recommendations or networking events, but now we're really getting a sort of new business strategy. We've got a company we work with down in London who essentially do some business development for us. So I kind of review target markets with them, and then they go out and do almost kind of sales calling or researching to see who we should be going after in that industry. So that alone's really given me a chance, because before we'd obviously worked in the public sector and creative industries, so that's where a lot of work came from, but then we really had to step aside and say, well, we're working with this agency, let's really think strategically about who we're going after and how we're going to go after them and what we provide that's different to other agencies, and that sort of thing. But I guess that's sort of sector-led, but if you're looking at technology-led, we do a lot of things that not too many people do, and we can do the sort of high-end tech stuff as well as the design side of things, which is quite a nice match, and there's not a huge amount of agencies who do both really well. So we've got the edge there. We can go in and kind of offer people the whole design spectrum and then look at things like mobile applications with it. So we're starting to get into the stage where we want to keep the team fairly small and just do really high-end, high sort of quality work, and almost go after clients that we'd like to work with and we think we can really add value to their business. And as we've gone along, I did a master's in media enterprise, which again allowed me to kind of detach myself away from day-to-day work and look on a much more strategic level. So I guess that was a really good insight into what I should be doing kind of as part of my working week, which is really detaching myself and looking at the kind of bigger picture, which allows us to go forward and react to these kind of emerging technologies and new trends and things.